Hi, my name is Nathan Gray, and I'm here on behalf of Roche to talk to you in Beijing at present with your conference about my trek walking 4,000 kilometers along the Great Wall of China. It's a real honor to be here today from New Zealand and sharing in your conference via this tele seminar that we've put on YouTube for the specific performance that you guys have in the conference that you have. We've got 10 minutes, and that's how much time YouTube will allow us to have on here to answer some of the questions that you may have on the film that I put together. So we'll just get cracking straight on into it. Now, the first question that I've got is why did I walk the Great Wall of China and why in China itself? Now, I think probably the main reason is why is because we could. Well, I could walk, so that was the main reason. Also, it was one of those constructions that no Westerners had walked the entire length of it in the one outing, so we thought we'd give that a crack and get out there and try and achieve that particular goal. And also with China being such an interesting country culturally, with the people, with the changes that are going on, it was a very fascinating time to be there. So I got out there in 2000, and by the time that I finished the walking in 2002, the country had changed dramatically. And as you guys are witnessing in Beijing at present, it is continuing to change at a phenomenal pace. So it's a very good time to be in Beijing and China in general to partake in business. Now, in terms of what I learned when I was walking along the Great Wall, I learned a lot about the Chinese people, especially out in the peasant areas. I'm not sure if you'll have the chance to spend too much time out there, but these are some of the most friendly people that I've personally encountered traveling. They're very generous. They took us in. They basically clothed us, fed us, and bed us, and set us out on our way. Now, out in the cities, it's a slightly different story. It's pretty ruthless at times in terms of business, very competitive. So you've got to get out there and go pretty hardcore. But the main thing I can teach you when dealing with the Chinese is the notion of respect. If you show them the appropriate respect when you are dealing with them in business matters, then that will be reciprocated in kind. So basically, yeah. So in terms of dealing with the Chinese people, it's really important to be patient, to show that respect. And an example of that is when they give you a business card and they'll present it to you like this and be very proud of it towards you. Make sure that you take the time to look at that business card properly and take note of what they've done, because that's really quite important, and make sure that they feel acknowledged for what their role is and what they're doing. Once you achieve that, then you can start building a relationship. Relationships in general take a long time to build. The main thing with that is you just have to keep on building and building and building, maybe seeing each other 5, 6, 7 times for dinner, going out, building up that friendship before you even really start dealing with the nitty gritty of the business side of things, like signing contracts. So the most important thing to remember is create the friendship. If you want a long-term business relationship, create that friendship well, and then from there go to the business, because otherwise you'll get cut short with a lot of short-term business negotiations, what will be only in their best interests if you haven't developed that friendship. So that's important. Okay, what were the biggest obstacles that I faced when I was walking the Great Wall of China, and how did I overcome them? Now, probably the biggest obstacle was starvation and thirst. There'll be plenty of times when we were walking and we weren't able to see a village for up to 2 days, so we just had to keep on walking. In fact, there's nothing more motivating than having an empty stomach to keep you going, and to get to the next village to survive. So that was quite a main motivating factor. Other kind of major challenges were the sense that of basically the weather, the climate. It ranged from minus 20 degrees towards the winter up to positive 45 in the summer. Now you're sort of heading towards summer now in May, so you might find it's getting reasonably hot, but it is a pretty good time to be there now to enjoy it. Yeah, so that can be part of the challenges anyway, to understand the extremes. But as we all face with different extremes, just have to put up with it, keep on going. And of course, the other major challenge was coming across the Chinese army and the police and having to deal with the people face to face. Now, I think it's quite important when you're dealing with a Chinese person, no matter what role or business situation that they're in, just treat them as another human being, look them in the eye, be straight up, and they'll respect you for being like that. They also have a very strong emotional perception, so They will know what you're thinking pretty much by just gauging you, having a look at you and reading your persona. But at the same time, they're very difficult to read themselves. So it's again very important to build up those relationships properly. Now, what motivated me to walk the Great Wall, and yeah, what ultimately can I teach you for taking on your own challenges is the last question. Ultimately, I think the major thing motivating me was the fact of having a goal, having a dream, having the Great Wall itself lined out to inspire me each day as I got up disciplinedly to complete that trek, step by manageable step. And that was pretty much how that journey unfolded, but also utilizing the support of the Chinese people on the way to help our journey along. It's really important when you take on a business project or whatever you are entering to make sure you have very clear and focused goals. You know exactly where you're heading. You know exactly what you want out of the people you're dealing with and out of the situation. Because cities like Beijing, basically between 10 and 15 million people come into the city on any one day. So it's one of the biggest cities in the world. It's pretty chaotic at times, so you really need to know where you're going and what you're doing to achieve what you need to do each day. And the main thing is to just stick at it. Don't give up. Keep on going, no matter how hard it gets. Just go with a good light heart as well as a pretty firm attitude when that needs to be done. But yeah, but enjoy the process. But of all things, stick at it. So yeah, I wish you all the best out there, and I want to thank Roche for giving me this awesome opportunity to share in your time on the wall and in China. I hear you are going up to the wall for a trip later on in the day, so it's going to be really an amazing experience for you. I just want you to remember that it did take 2,000 years to build, and it is the world's longest graveyard. There was over 1 million builders that died in the building, so you're going to a very sacred, a very tapu place, and it's a very special honor to be there. So when you're out there enjoying all that endeavor and that work of all those millions of people, then just keep that in mind, and I'm sure you'll have a fantastic day. Very jealous. So yeah, have a great time. Good luck with the rest of the conference, and good luck with your business in China. It's a very rewarding country, great food, great people, and if you can knock it on the head, you can do very, very well. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā koutou katoa.